And good morning, my friends, and welcome to this installment of the Ricky High Show. Now, my friends, we have a lot to talk about in this episode, and we have a lot to discuss. So sit back and relax and enjoy the show. But first off, here's a word from our sponsor.
Feeling tired lately? Has your energy level dropped to a certain point where you feel you can't go on? Stop on by to Sunrise Health Foods at Sean Marks and the Times Square Center in Fresno, California. For your health, fitness, and for your delicious cookies, visit Dr. Dave High and his staff. We have attentive customer service and the nutritional information of our wide selection of products. Visit the store or you shop online at our website, sunrisehealthfoods-vitamins.com, or you can call 559-225-0335. See you on down there.
And welcome back, my friends. Did you know that Sunrise Health Foods now has an online store? That's right. The name of the online store is www.sunrisehffresno.com. Or if you want, you can always visit our physical location at Sean Marks in the Times Square Shopping Center, or you can visit our website, www.sunrisehf.com, and we have a shopping basket there. It will teleport you right to the online store of Sunrise Health Foods. The online shopping address is, again, www.sunrisehffresno.com. Check it out.
Blessed assurance, Jesus is mine. Oh, what a foretaste of glory divine. Ever salvation, purchase of God, born of His Spirit and washed in His blood. This is my story, this is my song, praising my Savior all the day long. This is my story, this is my song, praising my Savior all the day long. Perfect delight, visions of rapture now burst on my sight. Angels descending, ring from above, echoes of mercy, whispers of love. This is my story, this is my song, praising my Savior all day long. This is my story, this is my song, praising my Savior all day long. This is my story, this is my song, praising my Savior all day long. This is my story, and this is my song, praising my Savior all the day long.
And now, my friends, Dr. Dave is here in the studio to discuss and enlighten us about some nutritional information. Oh, Dr. Dave.
Thanks for the warm introduction. Today we're going to talk about milk thistle. Milk thistle is an herb that's real common to California, believe it or not, the great state of California. As a member of the Aster family, found in Europe, introduced by the early colonists, naturalized in eastern North America, and like I said, common to California. The seeds are used mostly. We have the seeds right here. We also have a capsule for convenience for people on the go, and liquid for people that cannot swallow capsules and better assimilation. The bulk herbs are by Star West Botanicals, our source. The capsules are by Nature's Way, and the liquids by Nature's Answer. And it's, like I said, it's common to the California. According to early Greek references, milk thistle seeds have been used to treat liver disorders for over 2,000 years. The Roman writer Pliny the Elder, from AD 23 to AD 79, wrote that the juice of the plant mixed with honey was excellent for carrying off bile. So that's one of the benefits. And I read in another book it's good for psoriasis. So you can either take it or make a tea and apply it on areas where psoriasis is abounding. And then some people use it if they have a fatty liver. That's real common. That's just from eating too much of the good life in the United States of America. So that's some of the benefits, and it's the therapeutic applications. The first book was Herbs for Your Health by Stephen Foster. This last book is by Rita Elkins, The Pocket Herbal. She likes to say it's good for cirrhosis, hepatitis, even diabetes, elevated blood sugar, free radical protection, gallstones. So if you ever have a gallstone, milk thistle will help alleviate that problem. Chronic fatigue, jaundice, kidney congestion and disease, liver damage, colitis, inflammation of the colon, poisoning, and like I said, psoriasis. So that's some of the benefits of milk thistle.
And welcome back, my friends. You know, recently, my family and I had a chance to visit the state of Hawaii. It is a state that is beautiful, rich in cultural beauty, and rich in history. So prepare for warm seas, palm trees, and the spirit of aloha. Prepare for Hawaii! After 5 hours in the air, me and my family finally arrived in the blissful, peaceful, sunny, and ever-warm state of Hawaii, and we let our vacation begin. As of the 2010 census, the population in Oahu, the island we were staying at, had a population of 953,207. And there's a reason why Oahu is known as the gathering place, as it offers so much to attract and keep the attention of locals and tourists alike. Oahu is primarily defined by the state capital of Honolulu, Pearl Harbor, and the world-famous Waikiki Beach. These areas host thousands of tourists daily. And of course, before heading back to the hotel, we could not pass up swimming on the famous Waikiki Beach. The water was refreshing, and I found the swim to be exciting. And then the next morning, after a hearty breakfast, we decided to do a bus tour that would take us all around the island of Oahu, and we would see some spectacular things. The island of Oahu is just perfect for taking a drive around because the area around the island is 597 miles squared. The state of Hawaii as a whole is known for being ethnically diverse, and you know what? I like that about it. The area we're heading to now is called Kualoa Regional Park. Here's some facts about it. It is located at Kaona Bay on the island of Oahu in the U.S. state of Hawaii. The park covers 153 acres across the road from the Palau Cliffs of the Koloa Range, and the beachfront is white sand. The area is popular with bird watchers because many birds can be found there, such as the Japanese white-eye, red-crested cardinal, right-rumped shama, black-crowned right heron, black-necked stilt, nutmeg mankin, black noddy, wedge-tailed shearwater, white-tailed tropic bird, red-tailed tropic bird, common myrna, common waxbill, and cattle egret. And after a few more minutes, we arrived at what's known as Moku'oli. It is commonly known as Chinaman's Hat, and it's a basalt islet in Kano'o Bay, Hawaii. Molokai is part of Kualoa Regional Park and located a third of a mile offshore of Kualoa Point, Oahu. The 12.5-acre islet was at one time part of a basaltic ridge on Oahu before marine erosion separated it. The main stop on this tour was the famed Polynesian Cultural Center. The Polynesian Cultural Center is one of the most frequently visited tourist destinations in Hawaii. The PCC is the venue for the annual World Fire Knife Dance Competition, in which contestants display their skill with blazing swords. Since it opened its doors in 1963, over 32 million people have visited the center. Howard W. Hunter is credited with transforming the newly organized PCC into one of the most popular tourist attractions in Hawaii. The center also boasts an exhibit of a boat used by ancient Hawaii navigators, and you can also see the knots they used, and I found it very, very interesting. And for people who are interested in seafaring and marine navigation and nautical terms and stuff like that, it will be very, very enriching. And also, as part of the tour, we had an opportunity to dance like the natives. I was going to talk about this, but you know what? I'll just let the music and our dances speak for itself. And following that, we had an opportunity to experience what they call Huki, which is a canoe celebration. Huki is unique not only in the story it shares, but in how it is presented. Live musicians set the tone while native performers present our epic tale while floating upon a beautiful lagoon on large, double-hulled canoes. And everyone, including myself, was excited, and we were anxiously awaiting the first boat to appear. And so it did. Hawaii was the first one to be presented, and the Kingdom of Hawaii was sovereign from 1810 until 1893, when the monarchy was overthrown by resident American and European capitalists and landholders. During the 1780s and 1790s, chiefs often fought for power. After a series of battles that ended in 1795, all inhabited islands were subjugated under a single ruler who became known as King Kamehameha the Great. He established the House of Kamehameha, a dynasty that ruled the kingdom until 1872. And next up was Tonga, and it is a Polynesian kingdom of more than 170 South Pacific islands, many inhabited, most lined in white beaches and coral reefs and covered with tropical rainforest. The main island, Tongapatu, is protected by lagoons and limestone cliffs. It's home to the rural capital of Nuku'alofa, as well as beach resorts. Next up was the island of Tahiti. Tahiti is the largest island in French Polynesia, the South Pacific archipelago. Shaped like a figure eight, it's divided into Tahiti Nui, the larger western section, and Tahiti Iti, the eastern peninsula. With black sand beaches, lagoons, waterfalls, and 2 extinct volcanoes, it's a popular vacation destination. Explored by Captain James Cook in the 18th century, it was also often painted by French artist Paul Gauguin. And next up was Aotearoa, or as it is now known, New Zealand. New Zealand is a country in the southwestern Pacific Ocean consisting of 2 main islands, both marked by volcanoes and glaciation. Capital Wellington, on the North Island, is home to Te Papa Tongarewa, the expansive national museum. Wellington's dramatic Mount Victoria, along with the South Island's Fiordland and Southern Lakes, stood in for mythical Middle-earth in Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings films. The air on December 7th, 1941, was crisp and calm. Suddenly, out of the blue, Japanese planes started appearing above Pearl Harbor. Their target was the Pacific Fleet stationed at Pearl Harbor. One of those ships was the USS Arizona. This memorial marks the resting place of 1,102 of the 1,177 sailors and Marines killed on USS Arizona during the Japanese surprise attack on Pearl Harbor on December 7th, 1941. And also, I would wish to point out that this memorial is not just about the USS Arizona. It's about all the servicemen that were lost during that fateful day. That day will live in our hearts forever. The Pearl Harbor complex is not just dedicated to the USS Arizona. There's also the USS Bowfin Submarine Museum and Park, the Battleship Missouri Memorial, and the Pearl Harbor Aviation Museum. And of course, there is also a walkway where you can walk around and basically learn more about what happened on December 7th, 1941. And also, if you wish, you could just use this opportunity to walk around and reflect. There are many different reasons to visit Oahu, but this is one of them. Coming here was the creme de la creme of our trip to Hawaii, and I will remember it forever. And aloha, my friends. Welcome back. Wasn't that fun? I just love Hawaii. It's a state that you can visit all year round, and when you're there, all your troubles, all your worries, all your cares, they just seem to melt away. And the warm ocean and the palm trees, it's just absolutely lovely. Now, here's a word from our sponsor.
My friends, this is Rick Andrew High. Feeling tired lately? Has your energy level dropped to a certain point where you feel you can't go on? Stop on by to Sunrise Health Foods at Sean Marks and the Times Square Center in Fresno, California for your health, fitness, and for your delicious cooking. Visit Dr. Dave High and his staff. We have attentive customer service and the nutritional information of our wide selection of products. Visit the store or you can shop online at our website, sunrisehealthfoods-vitamins.com, or you can call 559-225-0335. See you on down there.
Hello, my friends. This is your host, Ricky High, and I'm here to present you with a story from this book. It is called The 5-Minute Bible Stories, and the story I'm going to read to you is called The Last Supper. When the day had come to celebrate the Passover, Jesus and his 12 disciples sat down to share their supper. Jesus became serious. "One of you will soon betray me," he warned the disciples. The disciples were upset. "You do not mean me, Lord, do you?" each disciple asked in turn. Judas Iscariot realized that Jesus knew it was he, Judas, who would betray him. Jesus, however, did not openly accuse him. Instead, Jesus offered Judas the biggest and best helping of food. Jesus was sad. He loved all his disciples, even Judas, who would soon turn against him. Jesus raised a loaf of bread and asked God to bless it. He gave each man a piece, saying, "Eat this bread. It is my body given unto you." Then Jesus raised a cup of wine. "Drink this in remembrance of me." Thoughtfully, the disciples ate and drank. The disciples did not understand what Jesus meant, but he saw how serious he was. After the supper, Jesus took the disciples to a garden called Gethsemane. "Please wait here while I talk to my Father," said Jesus. Jesus found a quiet spot and fell to his knees. "Dear God," he prayed, "I do not want to suffer. Please help me to be brave so your will can be done." When Jesus returned, he found the disciples sleeping. "Can you not keep your eyes open?" he asked. "The time has come for the will of God to be done. My betrayer is here." Judas arrived, leading a group of town leaders and guards who looked very angry. "Hello, teacher," Judas said as he kissed Jesus. "Friends, do what you must do," said Jesus. "I know this is a part of God's plan for my life." Jesus also knew that the kiss was a signal for the guards. Suddenly, they grabbed Jesus and arrested him. The guards escorted Jesus to Pontius Pilate, the Roman governor. Pilate asked Jesus, "Are you the king of the Jews?" "Yes, it is true," replied Jesus. He stood silently as the town leaders said, "This man believes he is a king. He believes he is divine." Pilate was surprised that Jesus said nothing to defend himself. A crowd began to gather. The town leaders made everyone believe that Jesus should be punished. Soon, everyone was shouting, "Crucify him." "Why?" asked Pilate. "He has done nothing wrong." Pilate became very nervous. He could see that the crowd was growing bigger and angry. He felt that he had no choice. Finally, he said, "This man is innocent. If you wish to crucify him, it must be your responsibility, not mine." Pilate ordered Jesus to be taken by Roman soldiers and crucified. And now, a word from our sponsor.
My friends, this is Rick Andrew High. Feeling tired lately? Has your energy level dropped to a certain point where you feel you can't go on? Stop on by to Sunrise Health Foods at Sean Marks and the Times Square Center in Fresno, California for your health, fitness, and for your delicious cooking. Visit Dr. Dave High and his staff. We have attentive customer service and the nutritional information of our wide selection of products. Visit the store or you shop online at our website, sunrisehealthfoods-vitamins.com, or you can call 559-225-0335. See you on down there.
And my friends, we are back with the telling of the Last Supper. And again, this comes to us from the book called The 5-Minute Bible Stories. The guards placed a crown of sharp thorns upon Jesus' head before leading him away to be crucified. As they walked, Jesus carried a heavy cross until they reached Golgotha, which means skull, a tall hill. There, the guards nailed Jesus to the cross. They placed a sign above his head that said, "Jesus, King of the Jews." There was a criminal hanging above a cross to the left of Jesus and another one to the right. As Jesus hung on his cross, people came to shout at him, "If you are the Son of God, save yourself!" they cried. Even the priests mocked him, yelling, "Look at the king now!" In the distance, many of Jesus' heartbroken friends watched, including Mary Magdalene. At noon, darkness covered the land. At 3 o'clock, Jesus called out with a strong voice, "My God, why have you forsaken me?" When Jesus called out again, he died upon the cross. Suddenly, the earth began to shake, and rocks split in two. The Roman guards were scared by the earthquake. One said, "Truly, this was the Son of God." And welcome back, my friends. We are continuing our reading of The Last Supper from 5-Minute Bible Stories. And let us continue now. Joseph of Arimathea, a rich man who had loved Jesus, was upset over the death of his friend. He went to Pilate and asked, "Sir, may I have Jesus' body so I give him a proper burial?" Pilate agreed. Joseph returned to Golgotha and carefully wrapped Jesus' body in a long linen cloth. Mary Magdalene sat nearby, watching sadly. She followed Joseph as he carried Jesus to a tomb carved out of the rock in the side of a hill. Mary Magdalene and Joseph gently placed Jesus in the tomb and said goodbye. As they left, Joseph and his friend Nicodemus rolled a large stone across the entrance of the tomb to protect Jesus' body. Jesus could now rest peacefully. And welcome back, my friends, and we are continuing our reading of 5-Minute Bible Stories, and we are now on the happy story called Jesus Lives. The night the disciples went fishing together in the Sea of Galilee, they had listened carefully to what Mary Magdalene had told them. The disciples missed Jesus and were very excited about his return. They wondered when Jesus would appear to them. "He did not tell Mary Magdalene when," said Simon Peter. "He only said he would return to us." The men fished throughout the night, but did not catch anything. Early in the morning, a man on the distant shore called to them. "Friends," the man said, "your nets are empty. Why haven't you caught any fish?" "We don't know," the disciples yelled out to the stranger. The man was far away, so they could not see that he was Jesus. "Drop your net to the other side of the boat," Jesus called to them. "I think you will find some fish there." The disciples did as the man suggested. When they tried to pull up the net, it was so heavy to lift. The net was full of fish. "It's a miracle!" they shouted. Then each disciple looked again to the distant shore. They knew only one man who could perform such a miracle. "It's Jesus!" Simon Peter cried. "He has come back to us!" The disciples rowed towards the shore. Simon Peter could not wait for the oars to move the heavy fishing boat. He jumped into the sea and swam to the shore. "Peace be with you," Jesus called. His disciples, amazed and overjoyed, gathered around him. Only days before, they had taken his body to the tomb. Now, Jesus stood before them, showing them the marks on his hands and his side. And now, a word from our sponsor.
My friends, this is Rick Andrew High. Feeling tired lately? Has your energy level dropped to a certain point where you feel you can't go on? Stop on by to Sunrise Health Foods at Sean Marks and the Times Square Center in Fresno, California. For your health, fitness, and for your delicious cooking, visit Dr. Dave High and his staff. We have attentive customer service and the nutritional information of our wide selection of products. Visit the store or you can shop online at our website, sunrisehealthfoods-vitamins.com, or you can call 559-225-0335. See you on down there.
And welcome back, my friends. Did you know that Sunrise Health Foods now has an online store? That's right. The name of the online store is www.sunrisehffresno.com. Or if you want, you can always visit our physical location at Sean Marks in the Times Square Shopping Center. Or you can visit our website, www.sunrisehf.com, and we have a shopping basket there. It will teleport you right to the online store of Sunrise Health Foods. The online shopping address is, again, www.sunrisehffresno.com. Check it out. And my friends, that will do it for this edition of The Ricky High Show. I hope you all enjoyed it. Until next time, mahalo!
Isn't it romantic? Music in the night, a dream that can be heard. Isn't it romantic? Moving shadows write the oldest magic word. I hear the breezes playing in the trees above, while all the world is saying you are meant for love. Isn't it romantic? Merely to be young on such a night as this. Isn't it romantic? Every note that sung is like a lover's kiss. Sweet symbols in the moonlight. Do you mean that I will fall in love perchance? Isn't it romance? Isn't it romantic? Music in the night, a dream that can be heard. Isn't it romantic? Moving shadows write the oldest magic word. I hear the breezes playing in the trees above, while all the world is saying you are meant for love. Isn't it romantic? Merely to be young on such a night as this. Isn't it romantic? Every note that sung is like a lover's kiss. Sweet symbols in the moonlight. Do you mean that I will fall in love perchance? chance. Isn't it romantic?